Indeed, and greetings upon you, beloved and holy friends. I thank you so much for joining me on this windy and rainy day. I've had a little bit of an interesting day, not fun. Had a fight with my mom about something so stupid. Just one of those days where you just feel meh, unworthy, unloved, unaccepted, uncared for, unseen. Thank you, friends. Like, I can't see your comments just yet, but I just saw someone gave a reward. It's still tuning. I appreciate you reminding me that that's not the truth. Genuinely, it means a lot. Like today, or at least yesterday, is when I started asking myself the question as to if I'm going to be going through Sober October very soon, like I should probably start cutting back or scaling back my normal usage patterns. And I made the decision last night that I won't smoke any bud before we get to the stream, if you will. Oh no. I think the stream might have just dropped. No, I just got your comment, Yater, so maybe not. And then basically, I'm awake. I start, getting into my morning, and my mom sends me a message asking me to bake some rusks for her, which I had no problem of doing. Like it wasn't necessarily a problem. But I get there and I start mixing the ingredients together. And usually when I'm doing stuff like that, like, I don't want to say the work is beneath me, but it is something that like numbs my mind. It feels like I'm not actually using my brain. I'm just, I read 500 grams, I pour 500 grams. Like, that's the gist of the consciousness that I get to experience. So when I'm doing stuff like that, I do enjoy partaking of bud so that I can make 500 grams more exciting. I know it's not supposed to be like that, but that is how I tend to use weed sometimes. And as soon as I was all as I said, I woke up, I was going through my morning, I made the decision last night, so I was keeping that decision present in my mind, being like, okay, I'm not going to be doing that. And then my mom sends me this message, and the first thing I think is like, this would be so much more bearable if I could smoke some weed right now. And I was like, nope, we decided that we're not gonna be smoking weed before stream. And I was like, you know what, that's fine. Started getting busy, and first and foremost, my mom gives me Afrikaans names for some of the ingredients she uses, and I'm like, I don't know what this thing is. I'm not sure which your ingredient is supposed to be. Like, self-brace meal, self-raising flour. Like, it went over my head for some reason. So I started having this tinge of trigger, and I'm gonna get to your comments, friends. Please bear with me. I wanna vent a little bit. So I'm getting busy, doing the things. I'm mixing the ingredients together, and I'm like starting to read my mom's instructions, and her instructions aren't very clear. They're a little bit all over the place, and she gives me instructions through a voice note, like a 29-minute voice note of how I'm supposed to cut the rusks. And there's no single thing that actually cuts the size of the actual pan. So I was supposed to use one of the smaller cutters to cut multiple times, and then there was like, you don't really care. But then I was like, how am I supposed to do this? And then there was miscommunication there. And then a little bit later, I'm continuing reading my mom's instructions, and she gives me the instruction: take the pan, put it on the scale, and then scoop 5 kilograms of dough into the pan. And I'm like, scooping 5 kilograms of dough into the pan. And then when I get to my third pan, there's only like 2.9 kilograms in the pan. And I'm like, why is this happening? And I actually called my mom at that point, with my frustration. I'm like, Mom, there's only 2.9 kilograms in the third pan. And she's like, did you forget the sugar? Like, first thing she does is like question my capability of just baking something. And I'm like, yes, I have all of the ingredients inside of the batter. That's not the problem. And then she was like, oh, did you zero the pans before you weighed out the dough? I'm like, of course I did. And she was like, oh, you weren't supposed to do that. So now I'm scooping dough out of a pan, getting it into other pans, and I'm fuming. I'm like, ugh. I'm just so freaking angry. And then my mom sent me this message about, like what the situation is, and it's just this contention. It just felt like this sheer disconnect, and it wasn't something that I was very much enjoyment of. Then I went back to my room, I tried to meditate, bursting out in tears a few times, thought about Kiki a bunch. I've not had a good day. And it's not even that much of a bad day is the thing as well. I was thinking to myself, like, today has been one of the days. Today has been one of those days where I've felt the worst emotionally this entire year. And I was thinking to myself, how dare you say something like that? You lost a grandma, you lost a grandpa, friends of yours lost family members. You lost Kiki this year. How can you feel so bad about something that is so minuscule or like small, right? It's not about that. I don't think it is about that. I think there's a much more to it. Okay, I'm gonna, oh goodness. I'm already 5 minutes behind. Kira, thank you for the hugs, my friend. How were the monkeys yesterday? They didn't affect me as much as I was anticipating, interestingly enough, Jader. Like, after stream, I kind of went back to normal. I was way too in my own head yesterday. I did realize that. Oh, the rain, yes, you are. Thank you, Yater. Thank you so much, my friend. Cody, it's nice to have you here again as well. I saw the light flicker though. Yeah. No, it definitely, like, the power dropped for like a second with the wind being a little bit feisty as it is. Are those rain sounds? Finally, yes, Rita. It's actually raining. It's actually raining. Oh goodness, the farm is going to rejoice. Everything's going to become more green. I mean, it's been getting green. You can see like a little bit of green, but even more green coming soon. Airborne, Army guy, thank you, my friend, for the energy. I'm sending back to you as well. The power might have just dropped again. We'll see. We'll see if the power actually dropped. Good day to you. You have style, great hair. Well, I thank you. I appreciate your love, my friend. Sounds like it doesn't. Definitely looks windy. Oh yes, it's raining. It's actually raining. I don't know if you can see the rain, but it is raining. A small test to see how serious you are about Sober October. I was feeling that as well, Ninja. And interestingly enough, I feel like that test was perturbing me. It was like making me agitated for some reason. Like I was getting angry at nothing. And I don't know if that is what is to come. I don't believe so. I've never had, withdrawal or anything. Yeah, the stream dropped. We're going to try and get it up again. Hopefully. Like, fortunately, you friends on YouTube, Yater, gets to see this now. But it is all fine. I did fortunately copy because I thought this might happen with the wind being as spicy as it is. I'm also talking a little bit louder than I'm used to because I feel like the wind noise might be a little bit too hectic for you not to hear me otherwise. Let's try that again. Man, I'm losing comments, but that is alright. No use crying over spilled comments. Yes. That's how I'll teach my kids one day. No use over crying over spilled comments, dude. Lost comments. Whoa. Okay. I do actually want to read something worth saying. I'm so happy that I got some of the BS that I was festering inside of myself out. Thank you. Genuinely, just thank you for being here with me and for listening to me. Please, feel free to do the same with me as well, friend. Like, I invite you to purge if you wanted to. It's a short one today. And I want to read more, but I'm going to read only this one. And it goes, realize that you are that, and so much more. Short, powerful, feeling, realize that you are that, and so much more. I love you, dude. The last stream was entirely for you, SD. Yeah, I was like legit feeling that I was actually thanking the YouTube friends watching. I was like, yeah. It was me to get some of the nonsense out, and now nonsense has been outed, and no nonsense left. Love when you thank you, Kira. Like I'm very much human. Unfortunately, sometimes I say unfortunately, I am very much human, and I face very human problems. I get angry sometimes, I get sad sometimes. But I try to align myself with divinity, and I'm so thankful to have friends like you who do the same. Love that rain sounds. I'm so happy to hear it, Rita. Is it raining there? Has it rained there in a while? Are you in missing, if you will, of rain? Like, this is the first rain we're having in months. Like, actual months, so we're very happy as well. Thank you for the hugs, Jovan. I appreciate you. I wanted to say something yesterday. Like, I've been holding for so long the information that you love getting nicknames, but them being given to you. And then yesterday, as we were chatting, I wanted to say something, but I was like, I don't know if it's going to land if she doesn't know how I say it. But like, I wanted to spell or shorten your name to J-Z-O, as in Jo, like a sh. Yeah. Tell me if you're okay with that, my friend. Thank you for the silver, Toasty. I appreciate you, dude. How are you feeling? Did you get some good rest? I do hope so. Aiden, you are that. And so much more. Oh, thank you, dude. That's beautiful. I appreciate the gold. Do love gold. The small things are often the ones that break us. We spend so much energy dealing with the big issues that we don't think about the small ones. Yo, Ninja, thank you, my friend, for saying that. That is actually giving me some insight into my own personal as well, if you will. Okay. I really do appreciate that, because now, instead of being like, you're so stupid, you're getting angry about something so small, I can be somewhat gets on high horse. I'm dealing with a lot of other shit, and the small things is like like a fly that I'm trying to swat, instead of just being, in the presence of the giant monster in front of me. I appreciate that, dude. Genuinely, freaking love you. Much to you as well, Jovan. We're all very much. Yeah. Oh, we're all very much human. I'm so happy to be humaning with you friends, though. I wouldn't want to human with anyone else. Much. Jojo. Toasty, my friends. Thank you, SDZ. I appreciate the hugs as well. Love to you, my friend. How's Israel? How has it been getting back home? I've been wondering. It's nice to have you here, my friend. I'm back! You're back, Candace! Thank you for joining us again. Oh, it rains here quite often, but no proper storms. Just baby rains. Like, I am of the predisposition, if you will, to prefer the baby rains, if you will. And you know why? And this is something recent inside of myself. Like, for the longest time, I really enjoyed when nature or the winds or the rains would be like kind of aggressive. It would go for it. But since like what? May this year? No. Early April this year, we had some really serious rains, and alongside those rains were some really serious winds. And these winds literally brutalized my cannabis plants, just like straight up murdering them. So now the strong wind has that association in my brain. It's like, oh yes, strong wind, but no, like cannabis breaking winds. I'm like, damn it, stop breaking my plants, even though I don't have plants right now. Hello, jumping friend. I love your streams. Me too, Kira. Thank you for sending the love. Thank you for the energy, Cody. I appreciate that so much, my friend. We have a cat at number 1. Hopefully we get to keep Melty to ourselves. Yeah, Slag, I think we will. I don't think this is gonna be a front page stream. or I might be completely wrong. I am. Damn it. Thank you, friends, for joining me. I love you. Know that you're loved, right? If anything, I just told you that I love you, so you can go into this world knowing you're loved. You don't need me to tell you that you're loved for you to be loved, but at least now you know, right? I mean, take it with you, friend. Go tell someone else they're loved as well. Go to the road trip, have fun. Morning, Heather. It's nice to have you here, my friend. Do you like the rain? I like the rain, especially here in South Africa. Things are kind of dry, dude. Like very dry. Like mostly dry. So yeah, the South African rains are very much appreciated. It's just the winds. The winds are a little bit spicy. Oh, I've forgotten to wrote an intention? Yes, English is difficult. Words are hard. I forgot to write an intention down. The intention is escaping me. I found it. Gentle. Being gentle at the midst of calm. Within the chaos, there is still your stability. Being gentle with ourselves and with the ones around us, in my opinion, is the best way to grow. I definitely didn't grow up in a gentle home myself. We tend to be a little bit brutal with one another when it comes to our honesties and our opinions of one another and what we value / don't value, and it can be very beneficial. It can be something that serves you and your family. But if you're neglecting to be gentle all of the time, it's only something that can hurt you and your loved ones collectively. And not only like hurting them as an individual, but hurting the relationship you have with one another. Like when someone isn't gentle with you, when you're in a place of vulnerability, you realize that this person no longer is suitable for you to be vulnerable with, because you realize that there is no compassion, no being gentle, gentleness, if you will, coming from that person. And it's something that separates us in the way that is unspoken. And that's the thing that hurts me the most. Because unfortunately, when we separate ourselves unspokenly, we become so attached to that as almost like a principle. And then it can get to the point where we're separate for so long that we've forgotten our initial reason for our separation. And then we don't have a means of communicating why it is we're separate. To being gentle, friends. Oops. There we go. Boom, 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 boom. Done. Friend, thank you. What you grinding? I'm grinding on what I've dubbed a funky monkey. It's been treating me really well. Smokes fantastically. Has been cured to perfection and has absolute giga chad buds. I've used this much of the bud, and this is going to be more than enough for my entire joint. Well, what the fuck is that? It's a South African accent, my friend. It's a South African accent. Nice to see you on the stream, dude. I do want to session that show Grinder and rolling, but I didn't think it was allowed. Anything's allowed here on our... Okay, not anything. You can smoke weed on Arpan. Balator, you can smoke weed on Arpan. They don't mind, fortunately. But yeah, feel free, dude. We would love to see your creations. Sounds Scandinavian, not quite. Is that weed? I'm calling the police. Yes, it is weed. It's been decriminalized, to you friends wondering, here in South Africa. So what I'm doing is very much law-abiding. Yes, I'm a law-abiding citizen. I smoke weed to abide the laws. That's not how it works, Melt. Damn it, don't. This is Smoky the Doobie. I'm trying to. It's like British, German, Indian guru. It's like South African. Yeah, toasty. Like I don't think it's gonna last that long, fortunately. So we should have some inkling of like a personal or not too delayed chat. But friends, I try and read every single one of your messages. So I am going to take a while to get to your messages. Know that I love you. Know that I will read them eventually. You look like a hippie version of Chris Pratt. I know, lol, this guy. Lol, you. Thank you for joining me. We have to love our inner child. Nani? Someone just came here. Mama! Wie is die zo? Met Mercedes, Combi. Kom hulle naartoe? Die hele familie? Oh, okay. We have family over, it seems. Nice. It's always great to be in the loop. Oh well. Emotions cannot be rationalized even when it's annoying. Just accept. Don't ask me, but I love you. I love you too, Slag. Thank you, my friend. You're right. Just a little bud, guys. Stop freaking out. I know. I'm not freaking out. I'm chillaxing. I'm calm. Right? Am I calm? What does it calm even mean? That's what calm means to me. Like if you breathe out, not only breathing out to get the air out of your body, but breathing out as a release of tension. And breathing out in a way that you're letting go. You're going to realize that your breath is going to catch you, if you will. Every single time you breathe out with the intention of letting go, your breath is going to come back and catch you again. Breathe, friends. Oh goodness, I'm so happy to be able to breathe the atmosphere still. We need to go solar punk. To you friends who don't know what that is as well, go and Google solar punk after the stream. Right, you have to stay for the whole stream and then I'm joking. Solar punk is basically the idea that we can go into a future where we're completely renewable. So instead of cyberpunk, which is fossil fuels, or diesel punk, which is, you know, again, flying fossil fuel machines, it is solar punk, you know, going into a hyper-technical, I want to say hyper-technical, hyper-technological, you know, society in a way that is going to be sustainable. Because we do have so many games, so many books, so many examples of what a dystopian future could be. You would think we will get it right? Right? I hope so. Thank you for the silver, my friend. South Africa is right, and for the helpful as well. Murmkrins, I appreciate that. Glad to be here. Night shift pulls me away from the things I'd rather be doing. Ninja Banana, we appreciate you joining the space, friend. Genuinely. Welsh? South African. Genuinely interested. Super support weed in public. Super support weed in public? Yeah. I don't know if you're saying you want to be a super support for weed in public, or you're applauding me for being a supportive weed public if you will. I'm not sure, but we're going to light this. My intention for today is to be gentle. Being gentle. I was about to say we're not taught how to be gentle, but I don't think that's completely true. But it is something we have to learn, because it's not something built into us by default. Like if you have a baby puppy and a baby together, human baby if you will, like that human baby could potentially hurt the puppy, out of excitement even. Not because he's like, oh, I'm gonna hurt you. It's because, oh, you're so cute, I'm gonna, and then hurting the puppy in doing so. So being gentle is learned behavior. Or is it a re-remembrance of behavior you already had access to? The J symbol, the artist formerly known as Joe Bot, I can dig. Okay, so you enjoyed the show. I was actually curious about that as well, where the Joe Bot thing came from. So it was an artist who was formerly known, so he's no longer known as that. I'm actually curious about that now. The ambience of the rain is going to put me to sleep. It's bliss. Yeah, I'm so happy to hear that. Thank you, Fanesh, for the hugs. Hugs to you as well. Rain is my absolute favorite weather. Like, rain has so many nuances to it as well. Like, rain for me, from a very young age, had the connection. Like, we weren't allowed. We, one, didn't have like satellite TV, no channels growing up, and two, when we were allowed to watch TV, we were allowed to watch like VHS tapes. So we weren't allowed any TV time during the day. We were forced to be outside and play outside. And it was always something that confused me. I was like, why? If I'm going to play inside or outside, I'm not exactly sure how that's relevant, but anyway. So my mom had this one rule where if it was raining, then I was allowed to watch TV. And it like for me, it became like this, Pavlov experiment, where as soon as it would rain, like it would literally, like the first drop would fall on the ground and I'd be sprinting to the house. Like you're putting on the TV, getting the VHS in, realizing the previous person, who was probably me, didn't rewind the VHS. He was spending some time rewinding the VHS tape. So it was this like genuine, visceral, oh it's raining experience. So for me, for the longest time, and still is also one of my favorite weather types. Estian, you need to come to Virginia rainforest and experience the lightning and thunderstorms. Oh, Aiden, you don't have to ask me twice, friend. I will definitely want to see that. No, not the dog. That's stop it. Wait, right, Gators. Like, dude, please. What did they do to deserve this battery? Stop. Thank you for the silver, friend. Anybody going to tell him his vest and his shirt don't match? Anybody gonna tell you that I don't care if things match, my friend? Not even slightly. Not even a little bit. Like, what does matching even mean? Technically, the only way for things to match is if they are, patterned the same or colored the same. But for you to say that these things match, they have to be, correlated closely or in opposites or in a way that is, what's the word I'm looking for? Cooperative, in this small little color band. But then there's all of this and all of this, above that small little color band that we're capable of witnessing or seeing with our human eyes. So I might be, styling and vibing fashionably, matchably on some sort of other frequency. So who am I to say whether I'm in style or not in style? That's my perspective of it, friend. As long as I'm comfortable, then I can literally wear anything. Can confirm, Virginia Forest are thick. I'm back. Thank you for being back, Lane. It's so nice to have you here, my dude. How are you doing? How's the music coming along? How's school, bro? Been sending you good vibes. Where are you from? From South Africa, Constra. Hey, buddy. It's not something he or any of us worry about, friend. Yeah, thank you. Exactly as I said as well. I love you too, man. I love you, friend. I love you. Thank you. How are you, dude, monsieur? And it isn't just Estian. I love all of you too. You are loved. Thank you, Yater, for reminding us as well. Take that to heart, friend. Just, even for a second, forget everything that you believe and just hold on to the belief that I am loved. I am loved. Is that too much to ask? I don't think so. You can do that. Just for a second. That silence is beautiful. Oh, love to you as well, ecstatic garlic. Oh, I was way off. I always feel like I insult South Africans when I ask if they're from England. Oh no, friend. I don't get insulted that easily. Like the things I've said to myself is horrifying enough to land me in a mental asylum. So nothing you could say is going to trigger me as much as I can trigger me, you know. I love vacations very much still. I missed the routine. Sad to leave, but good to be back too. I actually completely feel that, STZ. We can become very comfortable in the way we like doing things. And, you know, going to a literal different country, spending time with other people, getting into their personal spaces, and in so doing into the activities that they choose to practice in said personal spaces is going to inevitably ruin your routine. And it's very difficult for me to also stop, you know, my routine for that, but it's also something I find a lot of value in. It's definitely something that can serve you. No heat. It found you and you found us. Extreme attempt. Thank you for joining us. What are you doing? I'm having a chat with you, Jackson. How are you, dude? I'm smoking my volcano with you, Melty. My intention for today is decisiveness and energy. Yeah, I feel that. I'll give you gentle, you give me decisiveness and energy. And then, if we have enough intentions, we'll just have everything set, right? Like, it's just positivity coming our way. Spread that love. Absolutely, STZ. The sub-thick boy. Being in the Blue Ridge Mountains gives a lightning storm an experiment. Whoa. Okay, let me start that message over again. Some thick boys. Being in the Blue Ridge Mountains during a lightning storm is an experiment I would recommend to everyone. Or probably just lower, right? Like you don't have any risks of being struck by lightning. But now I'm curious, Hayden, does the lightning strike close to you? Because even though it's not really good for your eyes to look at lightning striking very close to you, how sick does lightning look? Man, I'm just imagining white flash instead of seeing anything. And that doesn't, well, I mean, white flash can be exciting as well. It's going to be novelty after all. He's rolling. I was like, this pen. Yeah, oh, you mean I was rolling a joint? Yeah. You're right, my friend. Slowing down and being gentle is the best way to break through resistance. Ooh. Like, that instantly, as you know, Yader, became a visual image to me as well, where it was like this resistance was visualized as this cube, you know, in space, just falling onto your plane of existence. And your goodness, that last puff kicked my ass. Last puff kicked my ass. Hello, Isaac! Hello! My small little cousin is looking at me. Hello! Are you smiling back? His mom is like, are you seeing Estia? Okay, I'm gonna keep looking at the baby if I don't stop. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, the resistance. So, big block of resistance falling in my field of, you know, or my plane of existence. What did I just say? Big ball of existence? No. Cube of resistance falling in my plane of existence. And this plane of resistance basically comes up face to face with me, where normally I'm trying to run, and running can in itself be seen as a little bit of a physical happening, a physical event, something that could potentially be seen as strenuous, not gentle. And then instead of just running straight into this freaking block full speed, I slow down and I am gentle with myself to not run into the block, and I can just kind of walk by the side of the block gently. And then when I'm past the side of the block, then I can go sprinting again. But sometimes when the resistance comes, being gentle and slowing down is the only way to overcome that obstacle. Thank you, Yater. I love that so much, friend. Thank you so much for co-creating with us. That makes sense. He oftentimes try to composite in our adult lives by going to the opposite direction from which we came. Makes me think of something Alan Watts said, where he was talking about how some people, when they want to rebel, they take what the rules are of the world and then they do the opposite of what those rules are. And where they think they're being original, technically they're not, because they're still doing the same rules, just in the other direction. So I like what you're saying, Garlic. Life is like a Chinese finger trap. If you pull or push too hard, you lose the control. Absolutely, Aiden. Wise words indeed, my friend. Having a daughter taught me to be gentle. That's a very good point. I was just like picturing myself having a daughter and like me looking at her through the eyes of a parent, and how that would affect my perception and the way that I would choose to articulate or teach, if you will. Thank you, Cody. How old is your daughter, my friend? Exactly like this. Facts. Sorry, it sounds like your childhood hurt you in ways. It's okay, friend. I think all of our childhoods hurt us in ways, you know. And I'm like looking at a small little child right now, and he's like hiding behind the wall, peeking. I'm like looking at a little child right now, and the way that I am choosing to co-create with him, the way that I choose to talk to him, the way that I choose to show him the world is going to in turn affect how he sees the world. And you know, that could be something that's hurtful, even though I'm trying to bring love, and it can be something that could be loving, even if I'm trying to be hurtful. I know what I'm going to choose to try and do. I'm going to try and be as loving as possible, try and do as much as possible, try and be as much as possible, but we all make mistakes. And my parents made mistakes as well. It's not okay for me to necessarily make the same mistakes. I need to now be the next level of that. Learn from both my mistakes and the mistakes of my parents. Hello, Edmund! Thank you for joining us, my friend. It's so nice having you here. Hey, brother. Ooh, rainy day in South Africa. It is. It really is. Hey, bud, I like your style, and I appreciate your love, my friend. Thank you for sharing. Gordarn. I kind of like your name as well. Enjoy. I will, as long as you do as well, friend. The weave will let go of you if you let it settle. It will give you all the freedom you need to move. You can think of ourselves in this life as being very much interwoven as well into the fabric of reality. If you resist, push or pull too hard, then you're distorting the fabric of reality. And there's a lot of tension, you know, in reality right now. It's like being contracted into itself. I think we need to reach a point of expansion and then taper out into a balance in the way that I'm visualizing it right now. We can make this world a better place, friends. It's not lost. It's not lost, lurking but true. Aaron! Yo! Good morning to you, my friend. Thank you so much for joining us. Go get my... Yes. Yeah, I feel today is one of those days, Toasty. It's so surreal, man. Ooh-wee! We're in tune. We're very much in tune. I'm doing my best. Life has been going. It's natural, punch in my gut. R.I.P. Milkmore. I'm still doing good, dude. It's insane. Am I dead? Is this real life? Hey, Sensei, thank you for joining us, dude. How are you doing, Simon? Oh, yeah, same. Caught your stream this morning. I didn't get to. It was very fun. Couldn't pay attention to the chat, sadly. That happens sometimes, insane. Don't worry about it, man. You are very wise, Aiden. He is! Aiden is, definitely on that level. On our level. In tune. And even though sometimes we feel we don't have access to that, it never goes away. It never ever goes away. It's never lost, it's never gone. We just have to wait sometimes. Sometimes it takes a while for that nugget of inspiration to finally drop. Lastig te verstaan, maar als je goed luister is het te verstaan. Ek hoor amper wat jy sê ook, maar nie heeltemal nie. Exhale, like I do, I understand exactly what you said, but like it doesn't make perfect sense to my brain. Exhale brings the calm, it really does. Inhale the love. Exhale the tension. Inhale the love. Thank you, friends. Man, I'm surrounded by so many divine people. It's overwhelming sometimes. Always great to be in the loop. Mia out in the left field, staring at the clouds. Hey, it looks like a German. Yeah, Ninja, that was exactly me, dude. I'm happy that you got the feeling. It's a cloud day here, but it's a bright outside. The sun isn't out, but no, oh wow. Thank you, Salty. That's beautiful, friend. I love that so much. Solar Punk, let's do it. Yes, let's do it. Indeed. I shared the Solar Punk video of a bunch of my friends, and they all ate it up. It's so cool. I mean, what is there? What else is there? That's the real question, Aiden. Like, I don't want to live like I play Cyberpunk. Sure, it's sick. I don't want to live there. Oh hell no. That's a little bit of a yikes, yo. I don't want to live in Diesel Punk. I mean, it looks cool. Looks cool. I don't want to live there. Solar Punk. Oh, I can breathe my atmosphere, I don't have to worry about acid rain. Oh, I get to actually put my feet in the mud because there's no acid in the mud as well. It's going to just corrode me away. Oh, outside is an actual biohazard? No, I would love to have a beautiful planet, I would love for my kids and their kids to have a beautiful planet as well. And Solar Punk is the only way to do that. At least with the technology we have right now. And that is the basis of Solar Punk as well. They're not being like, oh, Cyberpunk, we're going to have, changing limbs and flying cars. Nudge, nudge. You know what I'm talking about. The future aesthetic. We have everything we need right now to have a Solar Punk society. We already have the tech. We just have to invest it. I'm happy that you're sharing the love, Aiden. Thank you, my friend. I like this so much. Shining like the sun. I love you, friends, so much. It's hard to listen, but also you are hard to listen to. It's like I was also wondering, Sensei. Like it also didn't make perfect sense to me. I understood that he was like, at least in my way of interpreting it, trying to say he understands me, but it's hard to understand me or something like that. Lastig te verstaan, maar als je goed luisteraar is het te verstaan. So like, I kind of understand what you're saying. Damn lol, he was speaking Afrikaans. It's a separate language but closely related to Dutch. Yep. I understand that as a Dutch speaker, just trying to see if I could understand it. So maybe I had the right understanding actually. I know I felt very in awe when I made the connection, but it's a very simple analogy that makes so much sense. It really does. And I hope that you being a strand in the fabric of reality is another little bit of a brain tingly, if you will. I think animals taught me gentleness. Didn't grow up around a lot of people. Hello, Isa. He has the cutest smile when he's looking at me. Like the last time he saw me, I had like a little bit more of a beard, and he doesn't trust bearded people, interestingly enough. But let's see if he's going to be chill with the little bit of a stubble I have right now. Remember, it is important to acknowledge your feelings and not repress them. Being gentle is only a small portion of the human condition. If you are feeling something other than being gentle, it's important to acknowledge it. I agree completely, Garlic. As I said, well, you didn't hear, the start of the stream, but the previous stream, like I didn't have a good day. Very much. And it's like the feeling I'm having right now and the experience of life I'm having right now is in such contrast to the bad day I had that I'm actually thankful for the bad day I had. But I was, at one point in this day, sobbing as well. And that's, as you're saying, my friend, it's okay to acknowledge and to feel those feelings as well. What's the way for someone to learn to be gentle? Learn how to breathe gently first, STZ. That's like step one. Asking for a friend. I think a good place to start to make sure you're practicing being gentle to yourself. I agree. And I think being gentle to yourself is a step that comes after being gentle with your breathing as well. Because being gentle with your breathing is almost a step of being gentle to yourself, but it's one that has a lot more control variability. It's easier, let me say rather, for us to control our breathing than it is for us to control our self-talk sometimes. And yeah, breathing is the first step. It can be the hardest part. Good old VHS times. Oh, the good old VHS times. Like, I'm gonna have to explain something like that to my kids one day. Back in my day, we used to have film that you could rewind with a pen. It could be put in your car to play music. We had the same film but bigger. That we stamped images on that goes in the little box and you had to rewind it manually after watching it. It's like, okay, Grandpa, take your meds. You're talking about the 2000s or the 90s again. Technically, yeah, I think it's like the VHS era was very much in the 90s. I think at the start of the 2000s the CD became a thing, right? The rain always feels very powerful to me on an inner level. So whenever it rains, I like to go and take a walk and really appreciate the weather for what it is. Aiden, the first thing that I do with new rain is walk right into it and be like, oh. Like I won't do it for that long. I won't get sopping wet. But I'm like, when there's rain, I'm just like, yes, give me some rain, thank you. The rain is great. It brings relief, life, and calm. I always love the house-shaking thunderstorms. There was like one thunderstrike that was like a little bit vibratory, if you will. It was really nice. What VHS movies were your favorite ones during your childhood? Ooh, my favorite ones. Like, definitely has to go on the list. Man, I have to remember these movies' names as well. That's the real challenge. I have the imagery in my mind, but the words are more difficult. El Dorado is one of them. Then what was that movie? Animated movie of this kid that went on the space adventure at this bad Atlantis. Atlantis was also one of the movies we had. Man, we had so many slappers. Just can't remember all of them right now. My brain has made space for new information. Thank you, brain. I wanted that information. No. More. Hey, Darcy. Thank you for the wholesome, my friend. I'm not sure if you're still here, but I'm sending you love. Thank you very much for streaming. I want to hang out with you. You are, Booty. Thank you for watching, friend. This is how we can hang out. Crazy how we fortune ourselves, huh? Yeah? Torture ourselves. I'm like, it's crazy to me that I just changed the word fortune into my mind instead of reading torture. It is crazy how we fortune ourselves, as it is crazy how we torture ourselves as well. We're sadistic fucks sometimes. We need to be reminded to be gentle on ourselves. Far too often, I'm too hard on myself. Thank you for the reminder. Thank you, my friend, for being willing to accept the reminder, to be taking it as such, being open to it. My intention is for my green tea today my intention for my green tea today was freedom. Freedom. I had a surreal experience today meditating, where these days I like to start with like some zazen, open eye meditation, and then transition into closed eye meditation when I feel my eyes becoming tired, from that type of meditation. And in doing so today, I was also listening to like binaural beats on top of an Alan Watts talk. And as I was, going through this experience, he basically was talking about how meditation can be seen as this recognition of the world as it is, not the world as we think it to be. And as I was, sitting in this meditative state, looking at the outside world and experiencing it as, the world, if you will, and I closed my eyes and I was listening to him at the same time, talking about the world as we perceive it to be and the world as it is. And I was like, yes, whoa, whoa, whoa. It was so beautiful. It's a struggle, isn't it? We'll all get there though, together. I agree completely, my friend. One step at a time, we're taking this path together, and it makes me so happy to be walking with people that know where they're going as well. It's such a blessing. It's definitely tough. I always tend to feel like I am how long is it? Like you saw The Flash, right? Failing when I'm not. Okay, wait. I always tend to feel like I'm failing when I'm not living up to the perfect version of me. Yeah, I was waiting for that one. It was further than I expected, but I guess it was just a big one. Of me, I compare to myself. But again, life is like a Chinese finger trap. Again, like I don't know if I said it around the same time, Aiden, but my alluding, if you will, to the fact that you're not your perfect self. Your perfect self is always there, right? There's no escaping it. So much love. Love to make random faces with kids that can't talk yet. Too bad people of older age don't communicate like that when they're older. You know what it means to me, Rena? Like, man, I'm just thinking about so much information that I've been confronted with. Terence McKenna has been talking for a long time about how human communication is going to transcend just words. And our way of communicating is going to have to become something that we can physically see. Because when we communicate with words, the loss in translation is going to happen. Because I grow up with a whole dictionary of words and meanings depending on what I experience throughout life. And you experience the exact same in the exact same way. So as soon as I try and translate something that is happening to like inside of my mind visually over words into your head, and you extrapolate information from that, it creates a new image in your head. We don't have the exact same image in one another's heads right now. And that's not a problem. That can be a very divine part of co-creation as well. But imagine how we would be able to co-create or add to co-creations if we could actually share an idea as a physical or visual representation. And pulling faces to a kid technically is that in a way. Not perfectly, you're not expressing an idea as much as the idea that I'm trying to express to him is that I love him, and that's why I'm taking time and energy to, entertain him, if you will. But yeah, maybe that's the idea I'm trying to teach him. Hey, love is true, little dude. Hey, well, hey you. Hello there, Kira. It would be really great if you're miserable and waiting in a line, and another adult just turns to you and makes the faces as the just did. Then anyone laughs and feels better. I do that sometimes. Like I'm not old just yet. I do consider myself an adult sometimes, but I actually do that, Kira. Like I do it kind of subtly. I don't go as hard for it. Like I'll find someone looking at me, for example, and then I'll look back at them, and I look at them straight face first. You know, like, I'll do something like that, and it like without fail, it makes someone smile. It makes someone's day sometimes even. Who am I to know? Just sharing love, in the smallest ways that we can. Oh yeah, no lightning will strike the mountain. I was with lions once when it was about 4,500 feet up on a mountaintop. It was a crazy experience. That sounds amazing, dude. Almost like gives me some Paul Stamets 10-gram mushroom trip experience vibes. I don't know if you know about that one, Aiden. Like, or if you know who Paul Stamets is. Hey, Dry-Storian. Hey friends, much love to you all. Love to you as well, my friend. Thank you for joining us. My daughter is 3.5 with another little girl on the way. It's just a couple of weeks. I'm so happy for you, Cody. So much love to both of them. In a couple of weeks, so that's gonna be soon, in 2021. Whew! I believe the kids that are being born right now, and in this age, are going to be mostly indigo children. Children that are going to help us change this world. Where's the doggo? There is a doggo here. Bingo is chilling. He's just like looking out. It's like, yes, I cannot see, I cannot hear, but I am stand. So there is one doggo, my friend. I hope it satisfies. Indeed, and make all of the participants feel alive, or better yet, present. Is that a green screen? No, this is IRL, friend. She tragically passed away, friend. She did. Thank you for letting them know as well, Kira. It's raining here in Philly too. Oh, synced on 2 levels. Tetrahydrocannabinol and rainy vibes, dude. I'm gonna join you again for being gentle. I'm actually now being cautious to not smoke in front of my baby cousin. I don't know why I want to. It's not good to smoke. Period. I know. So that's why. Okay. Stop judging me. I'm like judging myself. Yeah. I know. Being gentle. Yeah. Being gentle. You can totally do this though. Try it. Sometimes make people laugh really hard, or they give you weird looks. But it's all worth it. Yeah, even if they give you a weird look, if they're not receptive of it, you're still going to give them an experience, right? And if you want to be really critical about it, you can technically argue that you having the amount of divinity that you do, and I do know you have a fair bit of divinity, you have not the responsibility, but the honor of bringing novelty into other beings' lives. So, do you think people get to experience you pulling funny faces, or just smiling, or just, giving them a gesture is going to be something they experience relatively actively? No? Then you get to bring novelty into their life. Whether or not they're receptive of that, it's going to be novelty, and you have done it. No one can take that away from you, friend. And the only thing that you did was give. Yes, and present is and present in a joyful way as well. Man, can you imagine if adults, we could just be silly and all laugh more together? I hope to. I genuinely do. I don't think it's something that's impossible, Kira. I don't think it is. Oh wow, so many comments I haven't seen until refreshing now. Yeah, it's easy. I'm like still 70. Well, 30 minutes behind. Okay, I'm catching up slowly but surely. Mm, together. I do. I think I'm insane, but it works. Yeah, it does. I mean, I think I'm insane sometimes as well. Would you go vegan? I would definitely attempt it, my friend. I would definitely like try veganism for a while. I don't think it's sustainable. I don't, unfortunately. Like, not. I mean, sustainable on a personal nutrient level with the amount of food technology we have right now. Let me just say it in that way. Like for me, the ideal is lab-based meats. So being able to grow our meats in vats. I know it can sound gross, but I mean, it grows in a vat that walks on four legs, as it is right now. So just growing in a vat, no animal suffering. My cousin is beating things. No animal suffering. That is what it's about for me, at least. So that is the future I'm looking forward to, and that we're moving towards. But I don't think veganism is something that I would be able to uptake and sustainably continue. You know, and I feel veganism as well has a lot of morality attached to it because you're going to have to be ultra pure, right? No animal products ever. Otherwise, you stop being vegan. And that in itself can create so much tension and resentment and separation for people as well. And it causes them to not even want to try any of it. So I think we need to maybe cut down on our meat consumption and create that as the incentive instead of just forcing veganism in its own. Mm-mm. That's true and beautiful, my friend. I will definitely take a look inside. Thank you. Thank you, friend. Thank you for the helpful life. I appreciate that. Listening to Mel talk in Afrikaans makes me impulsively want to try and learn. Do you like it, Aiden? It's not the best language to learn, friend. There's like a million, no, 11 million people in the entire world that speaks Afrikaans. So you're gonna like it's. I mean, you can learn a few words or phrases if you will, but learning it as a language to speak as a potential job opportunity increaser, I don't think it's gonna be the best idea. Maybe that's not the point. Asking for myself, hey to you. And if Mel did an Afrikaans class live stream, like it's interesting that you're suggesting that, Lane, because I actually considered doing that. I was like, would there be people interested in watching something like that? And then I was like, if I'm gonna do something like that, I'm gonna probably prepare class material. And then I, in that moment, had China PTSD. I was like imagining all of the class material I had to prepare, and then I stopped thinking about it. I was like, no, but I would do it for you, friends. You know, very lovingly as well, very very lovingly. You gotta have bad days sometimes, so you can appreciate it when there aren't more fully. Mm. I agree completely, Edmund. It's the sine wave, dude. The ebb and the flow, the ons and the offs, the highs and the lows. There's no escaping it in this plane of existence. But there is escaping it in the plane of existence just behind your eyes. And realizing that gives you a place in which you can go and find that calm. And it gives you a level of foundation to take on the lows and the highs from a place of stability. At least in my opinion. I'm thankful for the day, for the bad day I had. There's that duality again. People say I contradict myself. I try to explain that I'm living in duality, trying to see both sides at the same time. You are the singularity, aware of the duality. Ninja. The very fact that you are open-eyed looking at a world is duality. You're already living right in the midst of it. We all are. And yet, we are living that existence from the exact same perspective. And that perspective is singular. It's consciousness, it's awareness. Ooh. Remember that thing I said where I have like a wee? It just happened. Wee! Very distracting. Yeah, you're that, friend. You're it. Is it two sides of the same thing, or is it just one thing? What is it? Cody, that is the question, my friend. That is the thing we're trying to hold on to. I have a lot of VHS, and I am early 2000 babies. Ooh, there goes another one. Mother Nature. Ooh, the crackle. You know what that sound is? It's literally electrons technically starting from the bottom up, cutting through the air, and then as they collapse back, they make those sounds. Oh, I love being alive. I love Atlantis. Oh, it was such a good movie. Such a good movie. Best kids movie of all time. Oh, of course, we had The Lion King as well, but I thought that was, self-explanatory. Man, I watched that a lot of times. Oh, goodness. I just, like, as you said, Lion King, all of the information came back of me watching that movie over and over again. Man. Oh, I just can't wait to be king. No. You don't want to be king, dude. It's the most... Oh, it's... Imagine the amount of turmoil. There is only equality. The road to El Dorado. Yes, and Treasure Planet. That's the one. I think you're thinking of. That's the one. Not gonna lie, Chell was def a canon crush. As a wee wee lad. Oh yes. Of course, dude. Yep. Like definitely kind of broke me in the way that I am. Do I want to share this? Melt, chillax, dude. Be gentle with yourself. I'm more of a... Again, don't want to say it. It wants to come out, but yet a part of myself is like, nope, don't say it. And then it's like, oh, but be honest. Like, nope. Don't have to be this honest. I'm like, what? I don't think I'm gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it. False. It's gonna be Flubber. No, I don't think it was Flubber, but I did watch Flubber as well, actually, dude. We had that, I think, on DVD, not on VHS. We got it later. Even if it's one thing that is, it has two sides. Good job. That is a trip, right? Brave little toaster. Ooh, we had that as well. I definitely watched it as a child, but I'm curious now if we actually had it. We had Lilo and Stitch as well. The OG Lilo and Stitch. Oh man, I love that movie. I wanted nothing more than a Stitch as a child. Like I thought if I had a Stitch, I'm genuine now, like at one point in my life, I had this fascination and if I had a Stitch, everything would be okay. Because I would have a Stitch, dude. The dude can grow his arms back. You can rip his arm. I don't know why I went there. I'm gonna stop. And they could grow back. They could. And he's indestructible. I was so fascinated by that. You could just bomb him and he would survive it. What was wrong with me as a child? He looks like the guy who started Patreon. Me? Man, that's Elon Musk, isn't it? Elon Musk, they technically started the API for Patreon. No. He started the API for PayPal. I don't know who actually started Patreon. Yo, I can't stand Robin Williams' character in that movie. So selfish. Oh, he was. He definitely was. Like, there was a lot of rage sometimes as well. But, like, I think it was the robot scene, dude, that kind of did it for me. Like that kind of opened my mind to consciousness and the value thereof more so than a lot of things in my life. If I'm not misremembering, like there's one scene I think in the Flubber movie where his robot AI, like the body of it perishes and then he transfers it to a new body and then it boots up again, right? Man, I hope I'm not misremembering that. But that was like a, oh shit. Who are we to say what gets to live and what doesn't? You know, if we create super intelligent machines, is it going to be murder to turn them off? Man, that's gonna be a genuine debate at one point in our existences. Kind of feels a little bit far out, dude. But it's not. It's gonna happen in our lifetimes. Oh, we live in a strange time. And yet it's so exciting. So much potential for turmoil and hate, and yet even more so for love and light. I appreciate you, friends, choosing love and light. True, just a thought I had when I read that. Absolutely, friend. Thank you for sharing your thoughts with us, for co-creating. And landed before time. Land before time. Oh, the dinosaurs one. Yes. Yes, we had that one as well. I didn't watch it a lot because it was kind of traumatizing to me. But yeah, it was. It was very good. We need a new SSX game. The music is perfect for that. Like, you're missing me a little bit, Angry Kirby. I love Robin Williams, but yeah, that movie was not his best work. Like, for me, it was a very good movie nonetheless. It probably helped that I watched it as like a 13-year-old or something, or a 12-year-old, but definitely was a good movie to me still. Sleep deprived, meditation gets weird. I mean, any level of intoxication plus meditation kind of goes well. And I would say sleep deprivation is a level of intoxication as well. Like if you drink some alcohol before you meditate, if you smoke some bud before you meditate, if you're sleep deprived before you meditate, I can go on indefinitely. Like that's the thing. That's the realization that there is this difference between the world as you think it is as to how the world actually is. Because when you're meditating in what you think of as the world as it is state, right? I'm drinking alcohol, I'm gonna be now intoxicated, whatever that means to you. And then you meditate, and then you actually witness within inside of yourself what is. And then goes for the rest as well. Meditation is just a look inside. Doesn't have to be for anything other than for fun, as music is as well. You're not doing it to get to the end of it. You're doing it to be in the middle of it. It's like this journey throughout it. Oh, thank you for sharing that, Nutcake. Maybe I should try some sleep-deprived meditation at some point. No worries, man. I know at times things can seem definite, but after time or something else happening, the other side of the original situation can become apparent. Absolutely. He needs background dancers. Dude, I think there's enough going on. Like inside of my own being, if I had to like be concerned with background dancers at the same time, my mind would not be able to function properly. I'd love to communicate with anything else but words, damn, right? Like that is a future we're going into right now. Melida. It's definitely something that's going to become a part of our realities. It's just a matter of time now. It's called drawing. Yeah, it is called drawing, but it's very difficult to draw an idea. I mean, at least if it's a conceptualization of something that is not of this plane of existence. You're right. Like, sometimes an idea can be a video, if you will. Think about that. So it's, sure, you can animate multiple drawings into a video, but communicating in that way isn't very efficient if you're going to do so with your hands, because you have limited bandwidth as you can put down and then the person can see again. We're gonna try and close that gap over the next few years. I often have too many thoughts I'd love to communicate that I just can't quite figure out how to put in words. I feel that completely. I'm getting rained on a little bit, so I'm just gonna get my little book out of the way so it doesn't get rained on as well. The music is awesome. Listen, my friend, listen, jam away, Angry Kirby. Music is for you. Non-verbal communication is magical. It definitely is. It is, I think, the first level of communication we probably had as well. It's the fundamental communication we started to use as we were developing. And a lot of our communication still is non-verbal. How long did it take you for your hair to grow this long? 4 years? No. Yeah, it's like 3 years and 6 months. No, 3 years and 9 months now. Call me a liar. For 3 months. There is the universal male head nod that requires no words. Yup, the... No. Yes, I can. I can universal male head nod. I mean, I think the head nod is pretty universal as well. It's like an approval, right? And then there is the respect as well. You know, we don't have to say anything for that to mean something. And it's beautiful. We communicate non-verbal messages most of the time. There we go, nutcake. Yep, that's true. Basically 80% of the time. Like, that's an estimation. My favorite is hanging out with my siblings because we can have whole conversations together without our parents knowing. Is your parents looming sometimes, Aiden? Non-verbal communication is so nice. It is. I can join the THC synchronicity. Ooh, I like that actually. That was unintentional. Wish I had some of that rain too. Thank you for joining us, my brother. Get melty with us. I'll join you again, Edmund. We're like catching different waves, but like this way, it's a consistent wave that we're riding. I don't smoke anymore, sadly. Makes me paranoid. I'm sorry to hear that, friend. Like I've heard that from a lot of people, you know, as of late. And the last time I heard someone say that, I told them that I kind of see paranoia as a good thing. Because I try and be very oriented with the present. And being paranoid can make you very viscerally aware. And if you can take that awareness and transform it through breathing, you can realize a lot of power as well. Like, I'm not suggesting you keep smoking weed. I'm just suggesting for maybe other people that are experiencing anxiety as well. Going to get ready for my stream, going from here with a new self-observation assessment. Thank you, Melton friends. Love to you all. Thank you, Esty. I appreciate you being so receptive, my friend. Oh man, this rain is kicking my ass. Let's give my arms a little bit of a workout. Yeah. No, it's coming from top as well. Okay, I'm gonna have to hold it. Okay. Hey Mel. Here's that blanket and pillows. Hey Fred, thank you for joining us. It's nice to have you here. I have to get caught up on homework, so I'm gonna have to say goodbye for now. Much love, all of you. Much love to you, Dry Story, and thank you for joining us, my friend. If even for a second, go and make the most of that homework as well. Be the expression of love in your homework. Every single sentence you write it as if you're writing, you know, spells. I'm not actually joking about this, right? Like, you're writing, for instance, your math symbols or your history homework. But instead of just the words that you're writing, imagine as soon as someone reads those words, they're going to experience love for themselves. And because of that love for themselves, are going to be kinder to the people they're going to meet. Like, put a time on it as well if you want to go even further. Say for like 5 minutes, they're going to be just super loving feeling. Then it doesn't have to be as powerful. Huh? And then you're literally being the expression of love in your math homework. You can do it with anything. I have to get up already at one. Lamau. Veganism is very sustainable, much more than meat, even when lab-based. Contra, constra, like when it comes to like a physical bodily level, you have to take supplements, you know, right? Like supplements to supplement your vegan diet because of the stuff you're lacking from a meat diet, right? Like that is something I'm well aware of, and that's something I had, and I have still. Do I? Kind of vegan friends, and through their veganism, one of the biggest things that they struggle with is like I think their B vitamins, and you know, iron deficiencies. Like a lot of them struggle with hair loss as well. It's not something that I see myself doing soon. Is my personal opinion for it. I think it's sustainable on a planetary level. It would be fantastic for the planet if everybody could just go vegan right now. With that, I completely agree. In that way, it is more sustainable than meat. But on a personal, humanistic level, I don't think it is completely sustainable right now. We need to be more specific as to which hippie. I mean, technically, there is only the addressing of the eyes, so the highly intellectual person is all of us. We, the hippie collective, yes, I'm so happy, Edmund. You know, yeah, dude, literally as I say it, you say it as well. It just shows me again, synchronicity, the need to be the job is all, yes. I try to limit meat to one meal a day. I have grains for breakfast, fruit and such for lunch, and some meat type veggie starch for dinner. That sounds perfect, genuinely. Like, Dan has been doing so well with his fitness journey. Can I call it that? I would actually. Like, as well. I'll never forget, like, I think the second call me and Dan ever had with each other. He went on the call, he had his like wireless earphones on, and he was just like doing reps, like getting his reps in like on the phone call, and I was like, dude, you have absolutely no idea how much respect I have for that. And ever since, he's been a beautiful co-creator as well. Every time I get high, I understand too much, and I feel like people understand me too. Can be a bit overwhelming, and yet it's the most beautiful thing ever, my friend. It's what this creation can be about. We're very well equipped to make these little sounds, and these sounds can very much create visceral feelings of inside of ourselves, and that is something that's beautiful, something to be embraced, maybe. But I have been able to lots of my friends to cut down on meat. I choose myself partly to try and be kind to everything, not just people. I get what you're saying, my friend. I think you're right on point, but I need to go. Sorry, not trying to push. Have a good day. Tot ziens, Constra. Thank you for being here, my friend. So, like, I'm happy in a way. Like, not happy Constra left, but I wanted to say something, and I felt it wouldn't be received from a loving place if it was shared with Constra. But I literally saw like a Reddit post on r/science today, or r/stats, one of the two, where they did a study on veganism and morality, and how both of those are kind of seen through the eyes of the vegan and then the eyes of the public, if you will. And how a lot of vegans tend to have a moral high ground on which they stand, and as they do so, they separate themselves from people, and people are less likely to appreciate co-creation, if you will, with them. And as soon as Contra said, you know, I in part try to be kind to all creatures, not just humans. Like that's that's where I felt that moral high ground, and I was like, oop, the separation. I saw it like pulling, like and I was like, okay, friend, okay. I love you, but okay, precisely. Start filling out some group applications. Kaboom! Ooh, I love the thunder. I get chills hearing it. It's so beautiful, Ninja Banana. That sounded too real. I have my phone Bluetooth to the living room surround sound, and I thought the living room just struck out of nowhere. Oh, that's perfect, Aiden. I'm so happy to know that you had that visceral experience as well. Goodness, isn't it lovely? Oh, it is. Oh, Melayam, thank you for the all-seeing upvote. To you friends who don't know, Melayam is another streamer. She makes music. She does covers, plays the ukulele, plays the piano. She has two different streaming accounts for either, which I was like, what? Huh? And she was like, yeah, some of my viewers like ukulele, some of my viewers like piano. And I was like, huh, I didn't know that was a thing. But yeah, go check her out. She's a beautiful creator as well. Disney, 1973, Robin Hood. Is that the original animated one? I remember the, animated Robin Hood where Robin Hood was a fox. I love that movie, but I don't know if that's the same one you're talking about. I am well, thank you, Mel. Ooh, I like that as well. Thank you for joining us, my friend. How funny how some see contribution to society as falling in line and fulfilling the status quo, like pursuing enrichment of the mind as some sort of ancillary activity. Something useless, something to be laughed at. Toasty, thank you, my friend. It's so interesting to me that you say that as well, because when I was setting up the stream, and after the conversations I've had with my mom, at one point, I didn't share this in the rant because the rant ended and I felt it was enough. But one of the things that my mom said to me today was oh, you're doing nothing the whole day anyway, so you might as well, be doing this, if you will, with the baking and the wrong instructions. And I wasn't complaining about doing it or something like that. So that's where a lot of the resistance came from as well, because my mom was calling me out on not wanting to do it, literally as I had my hands in dough. And I was like, what the anyway, done. Thank you, Toasty. I want to thank you, dude. I feel seen. I appreciate you so much, man. To them, contributing to society is contributing to the economy. Anything else doesn't benefit society in their eyes and is a waste of time. I love you, dudes. Genuinely, thank you so much. I just want to say to them, zoom out. What's really going on here? Yeah, just look at our planet. Just imagine your consciousness seeing our planet Earth as literally a ball, the size of your thumbnail, in your perspective. Just hold your thumb out. Earth is that size. Ooh, that's a perfect way to visualize it as well. Damn. At least to me, I'm visually mapping an image of Earth over my little thumb in my mindscape. So, oh goodness. Africa looks so tiny. And then South Africa, even tinier. And I'm something tiny on that tininess. And that is still a massive, absolutely unfathomably enormous representation you can hold in your mind of the size or the scale of Earth in comparison to the universe we're in. And then people are I'm saying people, but I'm thinking about my parents. So attached to this economical bettering. I didn't want to share this, but we had a conversation, me and my dad, where he was talking about a project that he's gonna get in Namibia. Not Namibia, Mozambique. That is going to be wood chopping. And then they get $5,000 per truckload of cut wood. And I'm like, you're gonna cut down a rainforest? He's like, yeah. And I'm like, why would you do that? And he's like, oh, we're gonna plant new ones. For every one we cut, we're gonna plant 2 more or something like that, he tells me. I'm like, are you gonna do that? He's like, yeah. And I'm like, how much is that gonna cost? He's like, it's already budgeted into the cutting costs. And the amount of pain I feel in that moment, like it feels like I am, like I am the one that's crazy sometimes. I'm like how is this a thing? But yet it continues. Oh, I'm getting emotional. Memory is actually super good. I forgot about Robin Williams, Robot Chicken, Death, Rebirth. I don't know about that, dude. I forget a bunch. Everything and nothing, and nothing and everything. Pause. Breathe. Love. Be present. Be loved. Thank you, Toasting. Genuinely, man. Freedom of the mind would free you from the rules. Yeah. AI and quantum computing are in their infancy. The future is both exciting and terrifying. It is. I'm hopeful. I am hopeful to the point where I am hopeful that my hope can be hope enough to like change things for what my hope implies. And I know that's immature hope, I know, but I want to hold on to this one. I'm gonna continue to hold on to this one. The Land Before Time kind of traumatized me. Says every adult who watched that. Yeah, it was, I mean, it was a little bit hectic. I mean, it's a kid's movie, and then you're like, oh goodness, is my parents gonna die? I guess so. I guess, I guess so, true. I know, I say it every time, but I truly enjoy you making me sleepy and relaxed at around 10 a.m. Slag, I've heard that more than you would expect, and I take it as a compliment every single time. Apparently my voice and the tones that I talk in has that effect on people. Like when my dad had COVID, he actually wanted me to do that. He was like, can you just, tell me something? And I would, I would like be talking to him and then asking him a question after saying something. And then he would be like sleeping. And I'd be like, okay. And then I realized that that is exactly what I was supposed to do. I'll probably be gone by the time you read my comments, but I just wanted to spread the love back. I'm gonna try and sleep now. Have a good one, Mel. Yeah, Mel lives in Australia, so it's probably super duper late where she is. Have a good one, Mel. Hey, love your hair, kinda random, but do you have any opinions about Dark Souls? Like, the opinion I have, it might not be one that you're gonna like, but I did play Dark Souls. But I attempted to do so with a mouse and keyboard. And I got so severely wrecked that I got discouraged. So that's the opinion I personally hold of Dark Souls. If I had a controller, I would have probably held a different opinion, and I'll probably... This is part of myself. It's like, are you gonna play Dark Souls with a controller at some point? Maybe. I mean, I wouldn't put it past us. There's still much to experience. So maybe we'll get there. Scarmelia, thank you for joining us, my friend. How are you doing? Smile is universal and says everything. It really does. Hey Toasty, I've had a rough couple of days. You wanna tell us about it, Scarmelia? We're here to receive you, my friend. Sometimes cannabis makes me a little anxious or paranoid now as well, but I just look at it as I'm not a crazy high scholar anymore with no fear. Oh, crazy high schooler anymore with no fear. Yeah. Like, just trying to becoming, like, that's the way I deal with overwhelming emotions, is just, I become aware of my breath. And it's literally like a lifeline sometimes for me. It's like, as soon as I realize it, it's like, pull myself full of air, start pumping. The cushions, rain, shade is fear. Yeah, I was committed for a bit, and then I was like, like the rain stopped a little bit as well. Thank you, Cody, for like not calling me out and like just giving me a nudge. Sending you peace and rest, friends. With so many people here, more minds, more ideas, suggestions for how to break out of a depression. you feel come on slowly, like quicksands swallowing you up. The way I think about it sometimes is to imagine the quicksands not as underneath you when you're sinking into it, but as behind you and you're moving forward away from it. And it can very much still feel like it's pulling you back, and sometimes we do fall back into that state, but it is not the ultimate state. It is not the truth of your existence. You have moved forward and you have made so many changes in your own life for so long, you know that is something you can do. Continuing your march forward, if you will, with that knowledge is the only thing that I can give you, my friend. You know, Heather, we love you. Keep being here with us. If you feel depressed, just keep being here with us. We'll shower you with so much love every single time you're here with us. If it's possible, I go camping, or for a good hike, or I visit a family member, but that makes me smile. All of those are fantastic suggestions. You look very vibrant today. Lovely to see. Thank you, my friend. It's lovely to have you here as well. It's creeping in. Tears have been falling at a drop of a hat. I feel invisible and isolated. It's a shitty feeling. It's not true, Heather. Here you are, my friend. Here we all are. We're with you. Like, the way I think about being able to share space like this, being able to recognize each other like this, is if you want to think about all of the social interactions you've had in your life and the amount of people that you spend time in a room with, if you want to think about that. How many times in those circumstances were those people aligned with just thinking loving thoughts towards you? I think in some way, us being virtual like this empowers us to be more creative with the way that we express love in each other's absence. And I think it's something that's so powerful and beautiful. And I've experienced this personally. I can't speak for everyone, but I've genuinely experienced this personally. The love you friends have shared with me has helped me heal. Has genuinely helped me heal. It's still helping me heal. And I appreciate it so much. These aren't sad tears there. I'm overcome with just gratitude and joy. You're loved, my friend. Love is true. We learn it every single day here. We love you, Heather. I just woke up outside with my joint having burned a hole in my pants. Grateful for how relaxed this stream is. Oh, Kira. I feel bad. Oh, but that did cheer me up. I'm so sorry. I've experienced something similar before. I'm sending you so much love, my friend. I find ways to live alongside with it. You'll always have lows, some swallow, and some drowning. But I try, some shallow and some drowning. Sorry. What I try to do is recognize the low, respect it, and give it reverence, and then push on. Try to exercise, clean, create, and love on others. Oh, man. So many divine beings. Thank you so much, Toasty. I did every single word. First time for everything? Yeah, there's always a first time for everything. Getting amongst animals in nature helps me utmost. Hope you get what you need. I hope so as well, my friend. We could make a stream of kittens playing even better, except catnip toys. Yes, I agree. Try to put yourself in a different environment and focus on the environment. Clear your head space and make room for new thoughts. Focus on your breath and know emotions are fleeting. Know you're going to get better. Hold the world in the palm of your hand. You goofy. I love you, goofy self. Sometimes you need to have a hard cry, get it all out. If you know it's coming, it's easier to deal with it. It sounds silly, but if you can take a day for yourself and let yourself fall apart, go for it. Whew. About you, friends. There's so much wisdom. I don't even need to say anything. It makes me so happy. Of course, and if we're being honest, probably won't be the last. Thirsty. So true. So it is the first time she's woken up of a whole bird, if you will. The couple days after a trip are always a little sour feeling. Yeah, unfortunately that can be the case. I hope, in comparison, Toasty, if you take the perspective and experience you've held and you get to enjoy this space with us today in comparison to how you enjoyed space previously, how would you compare? Me nudging me like, please give me a bone. Helpful, thank you, friend. I appreciate you. Like you, almost in a limbo-like state, or just existence and nothing more. Serious, it's a queasy acceptance that you're descending back into real life and not as cool. Oh, oh, yeah. Oh, oh, Toasty. Now I'm even more feeling into what you're saying. I think the worst ever experience I had of exactly that, and like Toasty, you would actually be able to relate to this because you could extrapolate what happened to me over what happened to you this weekend. So basically, the partying, if you will, stopped Saturday at 4 a.m. I drive home. I get into bed at like 5. 6 a.m. my boss calls me. I have to be in Johannesburg at 7, which is like an hour worth of drive, to, assist with like an installation job. So, like, instead of me having a day to kind of settle in to the acceptance again, I was just like, oh, no settling. Okay. And then I drank 2 USN like hydro cut capsules. It's basically 250 milligrams of caffeine, I think, per. Yeah, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna human now. Let's go human. Thank you. I love you, Toasty. Thank you for sharing with us, man. We're here with you. Thank you for so much for answering, man. Thank you, friend. I appreciate you as well. Caffeine has helped. Yes. Yes, it does. Very, very, very late joining you all. Hey, Mammy. Oh, it's so nice to have you here. I'm so happy we streamed a little bit longer so we can catch you. We're coming to about the end of the stream. How has your day been? I hope it's been beautiful. Sending you so much love. 100%. You keep getting these reminders that there is still an entire world going on out there. Like nothing is any different. While you've just had this incredible awakening and newfound hope. Yep. Yep. It's like, this is the way it should be. And then the world is like, it's not like that yet. That's the summing up of it, and it can be very devastating. You're really kind. You're really kind as well for saying that, my friend. Thank you for being so kind. Love to you, my friend. Edmund, I made it. Yes, you did. It's so nice to have you here, Mammy. I find myself breathing a sigh of relief when I find the live stream and I go, phew, they are still there. We're still here, Mammy. We're so happy to have you as well, my friend. Sending you so much love. Gratitude and joy, the good stuff. Oh, yes. We didn't even set an... No, we did. We set an intention for the join, but we didn't set an intention for the water, actually. Gratitude it is. We set the intention for the joint as being gentle. And it was a gentle joint. I can, with some certainty, say that. What would you friends think? Like, I've never asked you friends this. Maybe this would be something we can start doing. What was your perspective or your perception, I think is a better word, of the joint intention? And then the resulting stream that followed. I mean, we're gonna have to take a break soon if we're gonna start doing that. Let's start doing this thing. Stop smoking joints for a month. I'm going to nap in a bit, but you have my number. If you'd like to text later, I love you. We love you as well, Toasty. Have a good nap, my friend. Glitch in the Matrix, lol. Yeah, I was like, what? Oh, it's the Theo. Thank you for joining us, my friend. Good morning to you, and love to you as well, my friend. Thank you for joining us. How are you doing? To you friends who don't know, the OG Darky Manor is also a streamer friend here on Arpan. He has a beautiful beard. He streams from his car a lot. Doesn't drive the car while he's streaming, mind you, but is an absolutely wonderful creator. How did you grow out your hair in one day? Is that a wig? Yes. This is my fanciest wig. It's the wig that has this small puffy up here. Yes. Very expensive. Oh, it's such a cute kid. Yeah, that is my uncle's 5th kid. His oldest sibling, or his closest oldest, his closest oldest sibling is 13. His oldest sibling is 21. So my uncle legit was in the the 7 year stretch for having kids out of the house. And then he got a new one. And my dad tells me this story, he gets the call from my uncle and he's like, I'm not sure if I'm gonna cry happy tears or sad tears. And he's like, why, brother? It's like, my wife is with child. Forgot or not. Oh, gee, brother. Hope you're well. Miracle Grow. It's your boy. Mama dear. When I grow up, I want to be like my sister in Dublin. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, Kira, you're a beautiful person yourself. I hope you know that, my friend. I'm sure that there would be millions of little girls aspiring to be Aunt Kiri. Oh, Kiki. Sorry, Aunt Kiki. Oh, happy tears. Man, you were just yanked right back into the real world. That's rough. Oh yeah, that's rough. I took Monday and Tuesdays off so I could switch back to human mode. Yeah, I mean, for me, human mode sometimes comes easy because I can smile. So, you smile the pain away type of vibes. I'm okay. Are you okay? I'm okay. Okay, you must be okay. And then they leave me alone. Oh, but it's not okay. Sometimes you're not okay. Duty be calling. I love you guys, and I hope your day keeps getting better. Love to you. Thank you for joining us as always, yeah. So much love to you. I hope your day goes well. And just imagine a huge aura shrinking down to a toasty going about this day. Love you, friend. Love you, Javon. Oh, this is the way. Good stuff. Oh, bye. I'm napping? I don't know. Are you napping? I thought you were saying you were napping. Lamar, everyone in the family is actually just toasty on a different. Yo, man. I would respect that so much, actually. Imagine the dedication. Imagine the words per minute. I would just had some. Melpon is also just toast. Yeah. Meanwhile, I actually have these little electrodes attached to my, or not electrodes. Let's go a little bit more simple. I have small keyboards at the bottom of my feet that I type type extremely fast with. And binary, maybe. Oh man, I love that. I mean, technically, yes. But no, I shall infect you all. I shall be thirsty. I want to be thirsty. I am thirsty. It's me. Yes, yes, we're having our own Spartacus moment. No, I am thirsty. No, I am thirsty. No, it's me that is thirsty. Actually, it is moi, thirsty. Are you camping? No, I'm not camping. Theo, this is technically more under the roof than I'm usually. It's been raining a little bit today. If it was me, I'm toasted. Does that count? I think it does. And I was thinking about that actually. Like, technically, I am a little bit toasted. So, technically, I am toasty. Right? That's how it works, right? No? Okay. Oh lordy, I'm only here a few minutes and you have lifted my spirit so much. Oh mammy, it's been this vibe the entire day. It's been so wonderful. Thank you for joining us. We are all thirsty on this blessed day. Yes. Like we're all toasty already. Just the way. I have to go and cook dinner for my family. I'll see you all tomorrow. Much love to you, Mammy. Thank you for joining us as well, my friend. Have a lovely day or night, dinner, all of it. To you, your friend. Bye, Mammy. Bye, Mammy. Much love, Mama. We're all, we are all family, whether we like it or not. Does. Oh, I mean, it's definitely a like for me. Not, I don't even perceive a possibility for a or not type of scenario. Love you, blanket. You're streaming later tonight, my time. Might try catch you before I go to bed. That sounds nice. I'll Discord, yeah. Don't wanna spam on Melt. Oh, not at all, Theo. Like, I would love for you to go create in any way that you choose to, my friend. Except, like, for real, Melt, I'm the one who said they were. Oh, sorry. I must have gotten my wires crossed a little bit. Have a good night, bro. I hope your spirits are lifted. Oh, absolutely. And I thank you, friends. You like genuinely, I thank you, friends, for that. Like the lifting of spirits that I could bring in any possible way to you is a direct result of the lifting of spirits you friends brought to me. I thank you for that. I appreciate this time. I look forward to seeing you all again tomorrow. Goodbye, everyone.